Okay, we're back here with the Ninja 250. We got a new CDI. It's a different number, but it says it's compatible on everything I see on the internet, and we have the same problem. I've got no spark still. I can't test these. Every time I test them, they all come up infinite readings. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If anyone online knows how to, let me know. Even though I'll probably post this months after, and I'll figure it out by then. But if you know how to test these CDI boxes, let me know. I'm going to contact my dealer and see if they can. The other thing that we found is we were kind of diving into this with music on, so we didn't record anything. Is I've got this. This is the junction box, which is all taken apart. It just comes apart. There's like 4 bolts. If I have the kill switch off and this on, let's see. Okay. Oh, it's not going to do it? Why not? Of course not. Well, something's not plugged in. That's why. Okay, maybe I lied to myself. There it goes. Okay, so I press this now after I've started once, and the relay in here buzzes, this one. And it's the ignition, which is this fuse here, doing it. So something's buzzing in a relay when it shouldn't. And I don't know why. So we've kind of done probing some electrical stuff, started pulling apart the harness, make sure we got nothing loose. We got ground connectors, splices, everything that's fine. This is the kickstand switch, which shouldn't matter at this moment, but still gonna be playing with it. Oh, turn that off. So, but I've got the spark plug out. I've got the boot. I've tested everything. You got the spark plug, got the boot, did all our tests, tried to touch it to ground, anything grounded here, and still getting nothing. Let's just do it again. Nothing. See, nothing. Not a thing. So that's our problem right now. Still no spark on this. I really wish we could get some spark, because then I feel better about this whole system. But batteries keeps dying because all we're doing is starting. So trying to figure out what's going on with this system, what's going on with this bike. We also found these. We've got a brown and a white wire that are just open on each end of the bike that are positive and negative. I have no idea what they go to at this moment. Maybe markers. I don't know. Like there's these two for the turn signals with this marker turn signaled. I don't know yet. So I got to figure that out. I guess an easy way to check that out would be right here where I've got the whole entire diagram up for turn signals. Looks like we got 2 wires, 2 wires. Electrical accessory. Okay. Let's see if we can find one. Electrical accessory. We have 2 electrical accessory leads already built into this bike. That is cool. I've seen a couple. I know Ninjas. Heather 650 already had a lead set up for the front for the phone charger. This one already has 2 leads on it. That is really cool. Let's do a test on those while we're here. Change this to 20 volts. And let's change this to off, and let's read this. I want to see if this is on when the bike is on or when the bike is off only. Take my little safety caps off the ends. Stab myself. It looks like it's on all the time, which is slightly worrisome. Wouldn't you want that switched? Oh well, you have accessories. I guess that's how we're going to play that. I guess we could add switch to ourselves. Yeah, I'll tell the owner that those are just accessories. That's going to make it easier for him to put like a charging system on the bike or LEDs. Ooh. What? Anyways, I'm going through every other system I can. The new igniter, IC igniter, this is called, it seems to be doing the same thing. The only problem I'm going to run into here, and I don't know if I have it on this computer, I think I have it on my flash drive upstairs, is I have a supplemental section for the bike, because this bike was made from 88 to 2007. And I want to say that this is a... Well, there's a copyright somewhere here. Copyright 87. So this has got to be for the 88 bike. Like, this is the first year it came out. So I'm going to run through the supplemental section. I'm going to see if we can get anything else done there. Yeah, we're going to keep working on it. So I'll come back when we have an answer for this. We'll keep it in this video. I'll come back when I let you guys know what we find out. How's that sound? Cool? Okay, back to playing with other bikes and stuff. Yo, as you heard Matt in the background, this shit is fucking ridiculous. We just pulled the generator cover off his Ninja 250 because we still couldn't get spark. And I was like, hey, let's check it out. And this came out. This here. This is fuel. All of it. This is fuel. The whole engine full of fuel. This was not supposed to be a beautiful video about fuel in your whole engine. So this thing was full of fuel. I mean, the oil filter is clean, like it's brand new because it's been cleaned by the fuel. So my only guess is the float valve got stuck, fuel poured into the carbs poured into the cylinder, down all the way into the bottom of the engine until the either the fuel tank was emptied or not. But this is definitely old fuel completely in the engine. And at least now we know why we don't have spark. And we didn't blow up. Yet. So what we're going to do now is we're going to clean this whole thing up. We're going to let it dry out a bit. And I guess we're going to test for spark. Yeah, we're going to keep going.
2 weeks later.
Alright, as promised, we're back working on the 250. We're going to do a compression test today. Simple, just make sure it's right because we got to get a carb rebuild kit for the carbs and double check some stuff in there because they are leaking like crazy, but whatever. So let's just hop into it. Right, pulled both of the brand new spark plugs out. Got our compression tester. I'm just checking. I thought it was this one. Yeah, it's this one. Obviously, this one's been used for something. Probably the 650 and the Fiero. Check the compression on a couple of the cylinders in the Fiero just because I was like, let's just double check. Let's see if I can get this, thread this in here without cross-threading anything. Okay, we're in. Compression tester, this should be very quick and easy. Watch, it'll fire up somehow without spark plugs in it. There we go. On. Well, let's make sure we got this threaded right because that number is terrible. Try this again. No wonder it won't start. That's not enough compression. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to do a wet compression test after this. We're going to drip some oil down into the cylinder. And we will see if we can get the compression test to come back up. Compression numbers to come back up, not the test. Okay, we've got crap compression on both cylinders, down about 100 from where they need to be. So we're on 120. So we're going to do the wet test, and then we're going to figure out what we need to do. But it sounds like piston rings need to be replaced in this. Yay, fun. Not what we thought we were getting ourselves into. We'll get it running. All right, got a wet compression test going now. Let's see what we're getting here. jumped up. But it's dying fast. Which means we could be looking at valves, we could be looking at pistons, we could be looking at a whole bunch of things. The timing seemed to be on, but that doesn't mean it is. So how I did this wet compression test is I got my funnel here and just dropped it down. Oops, turn the lights off. Best I could. This one's going to be tougher because there's less room. Just dropped it down as far as I could into where the spark plug goes. Gave the blob a 0W20. Whoa, that was way too much. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Ah, that's way too much. Shouldn't have done that. No one else catch the side eye I got from the wife over there? I did. She went, "You idiot. Why would you do that?" And I went, Cause I'm a YouTube mechanic. Now I'm going to plug the other one because it might spit some oil up. And we'll screw this back in. Voila. We'll grab our tester, which is over here on this side. We'll turn her on, and fingers crossed. Why is it shooting oil out the side? Well, that's new. I'm gonna figure out what that is. There's a port right here that just fired oil at me. Jesus. See, a little too much oil. It's coming out of my... At least I oiled my device here. Let's give it another go. Again, it's dropping way too fast. Okay, so we are bingo on PSI. We're going to let those soak overnight. We're going to come back and do the same test tomorrow. Now that they're covered in oil, maybe they were too dry for too long. I doubt it, but we're just going to let that sit in there, and we'll come back tomorrow after I look up a bunch of parts, and we'll do another test. We'll clean up some because there's oil on me everywhere now, and we will see if there's anything we can do besides pulling the engine out. Got the side eye again. I saw that. She heard engine out. She's like, "You just put engines in. Don't take more engines out." All right, we'll be back. All right, that hole there is a drain for the cylinder holes for the spark plug wells. That's all that is. So when it spit oil at me, that was normal. I didn't like it, but it did it. So that's what that's for. Thought everyone should know. All right, decision's been made. We are going to work on timing on this thing to start with. First off, we're going to check that the valves are closing at the right time, creating the right compression before we pull the rest of the engine. Possibly can just do that with just pulling the top off without pulling this out of the case or pulling it out of the engine. And then we'll work on pistons if that doesn't prove anything. So wish us luck. All right, good news and bad news. The good news is I'm at top dead center here, I'm at top dead center there, and top dead center there. All the lobes are working as they should. If I continue the stroke, we're going to fire and we're going to get exhaust. Looks like all the valves are moving nicely, as they should be, which means piston rings. So now we've looked up, and before we start tearing this down, we're going to call the dealer, make sure we can get these rings. I found some online, but they don't cross-reference. So I have to verify we can get the rings for this before I pull everything apart. If not, we have a really nice paperweight. Just kidding. They're on eBay. I'm just trying to get them from a dealer because I trust the quality better. Yeah, so we're gonna pull this engine now, or soon, very soon. We pulled the radiator. It's held on by a pipe right now, and then we're gonna drop. We'll drop the engine out if we get to that point, and then we'll start cleaning up more. All this because we had spark when we bought the bike.
Definitely has spark.
We definitely have spark today. I've singed my finger a couple times sparking. So yeah, we're gonna be in touch. Cool. You guys build your crap. Ride safe. When you buy something from somebody, bring a what's it called? That wouldn't have helped. Bring the timing gun. Make sure it has spark.
That'll do it.
That would have done it. All right. Peace, everybody.